Wanted to share a few thoughts from my perspective as an artist. One of the challenges that I have faced in my career, at least internally, is that I love complex music. I've grown up. I've studied very complex music, everything from in rock and roll like Dream Theater, very complex songs, to in the classical world. Well, I've got the Concerto de Aranjuez right behind me. Look at this. And I mean, many of you probably don't even know what this piece is, but basically, it's a very famous piece in the classical guitar world, played with an orchestra. And both of those, from Dream Theater to Rodrigo to Pat Metheny. I know a ton of Metheny and Michael Brecker heads, and regardless of style, I've just always been really attracted to and challenged or challenged myself, I guess, by very challenging music. And but that said, the funny thing is, I also love pop. I mean, I grew up listening to the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles were one of my early influences, and I cut my teeth playing guitar on learning Beatles songs. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. I think she's just brilliant. I think she does just pop in actually a really magnetic way. And I think what's interesting about that is, like, I'm almost referring to her and the Beatles as the simple side of music, but actually I think her lyrics are actually very complex when you dig into them. But and the Beatles, obviously, everything from, they had their simple, early pop stuff, but then they had their experimental phase. But so I guess for me as an artist, I've always tried to balance those two things, that musical complexity with just the accessibility. And I guess what I'm asking here is, what do you guys think? I mean, are you someone who prefers just simple songs that you can put on and vibe to, or are you someone who is drawn to music that sort of demands your attention? Let me know in the comments.